So let's say you have been home all day trying to work your job virtually, or maybe you're just trying to get things done around the house, all the while homeschooling your kids or chaperoning your kids while they are doing online school. And your husband and your wife, they get home from a long day of work and you're happy to see them. Someone to talk to, someone to decompress with. And so you say, "Hey, honey, hey, sweetie, how was your day today?" And they kind of just, without even making eye contact with you, just kind of shrug their shoulders and say, "Fine." And with one small 4-letter word said with a disinterested tone and body language, they just bring down the entire mood of the house. Bring down the entire mood of your evening, leaving you discouraged. Maybe even setting off a chain reaction of bickering for the rest of the evening. I'm guilty of doing this to my wife. Or let's say one of your kids. Let's say you have a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old. Right, someone who doesn't quite know how to process their emotions yet. Remember, they're 4, they're not 40. And they are dealing with the realities of this pandemic, grieving the loss of life as they knew it before. They can't really hang out with their friends. They can't go back to school. They can't go to church and see the people that they know. And so they start to act out. They start to misbehave, throw temper tantrums. And you feel like your kids are like a ticking time bomb. Like the smallest thing, the smallest disappointment just sets them off. And so in the middle of one of those temper tantrums, you just say to your kid, "Stop crying. Why do you always do this?" And with that word, always, said with frustration and anger, you create a home that's not safe for your kids to process what they're feeling. I'm guilty of doing that to my kids. Or let's say you're hanging out with the people in your home and someone says something to you that offends you, frustrates you, maybe doesn't fulfill an expectation that you have. And so frustration and bitterness just grow inside of you, and so you go silent. And your lack of words, your cold shoulder, your annoyed body language just creates a mountain of tension inside your home. I'm guilty of this too. See, I'm a pastor, so it's a bad look to have a temper. So when I get upset, I really typically go silent. And for some of us, not all of us, but maybe a lot of us, our homes have become this place where it feels like I'm just constantly walking on eggshells, trying to avoid tension or conflict. Maybe that's how you would describe your home during this pandemic, as my tense home. But if we're honest, this pandemic has not created all of this tension in our relationships. It certainly has exasperated it, of course. But this pandemic has exposed, I think, how many of our relationships, how maybe the culture in our homes was already predisposed to conflict and tension. Which means we have an opportunity for real, lasting change to the culture in our homes. The Bible says that whenever we speak, whenever we use words, we use our tongues, we are either building up or we are tearing down. There's no neutral. We are either lightening the mood of our surroundings or we're weighing it down. We're either encouraging others or discouraging others. In the book of James, the Bible says that our tongues are like the rudders of a massive ship. Right? This little piece of wood will steer the direction of a ship 1,000 times its size. And in the same way, our tongues have the ability to steer the culture and the emotional temperature of our homes. So this Sunday, September 20th, during the Grace Hill Church online worship service, we are going to be learning about how to steer our homes using our words, not in the direction of tension and conflict and ticking time bombs and walking on eggshells, but in the direction of safety and rest and meaningful relationship. And to give you a hint, it's not just about what comes out of our mouths, but it's about what's inside our hearts. And we're going to discover that God is really eager to heal what is inside our hearts. I hope you'll join us on Sunday.